everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Royal Witch Kingdoms. This is going to be a unconventional episode from what we normally have because, guys, it is the last video we will ever have for Royal Witch Kingdoms. I know, some of you will be sad to hear this because you really like our witches, and I do as well, but this was never meant to be a regular series on the channel. It actually started as something I was supposed to do in my own spare time for fun, and then I just ended up updating you guys like really regularly, and then they became episodes. And it has been very fun. The first and second seasons of this, playing it was definitely different from, some of the other stuff that I do on the channel. And I did enjoy it, but I think it is reaching that point now where, like, my creative juices for this series is running out, and I really don't want to drag it to the point where it becomes tedious and I don't have, like, good memories of it anymore. So I think now is a good time for me to wrap it up and put an end to it. While I'm enjoying it, while you guys are enjoying it, and even though I do love my witches, I can see it getting to that point where I'm not necessarily just like running out of my seat to play these guys anymore. My vampires, I'm way more excited to dive in and take a look at my vampires than I am to come to my witch kingdoms. So I do feel like I should be capping this series and, using that time to do something else I enjoy a lot more. And I probably won't be coming back to these guys. So that's why in this episode, we are skipping the intro, we are skipping the mini movies that I normally have, and we are going to dive straight into gameplay. Now, I did say at the end of the previous one that we would have the wedding ceremony for our queen, Lyra Nalkosi. So that is exactly what we are going to do. I didn't want to end it last episode after making that sort of promise, so I figured let's dive in for our final video with these guys. Let's go ahead and actually give a conclusion to Lyra Nalkosi. Let's get her married so that she has a king by her side and they can live happily ever after in our minds, like once the series is done. So we're doing that. We have her ready, we have the groom ready, so we are going to arrange for a wedding ceremony, which is different to how we normally do things, and then we're gonna get them married, and after that we might have like the wedding party for a little bit. And then I'm thinking to wrap up, I'm probably going to go through all of the witch households that we have so far so that you guys and myself, we can take a look at the different sims that we have, the families that we have, and what their children look like right now, because some of them, have aged up off camera and we haven't really gotten a good look at them, and then we can see their traits, or we can just kind of go through and say, well, this is the High Lord, this is the spouse, these are the kids in this order, that sort of thing, so that we can all see our favorite characters at the end of this series. But okay, let's dive straight into it. So we have Lyra Nalkosi. She surprisingly had a while to go before she was supposed to age up into a an elder. Yeah, 92 days. And this boy over here, oh yeah, he's got 111. So Lyra Nalkosi, she is in her formal wear. They are in their wedding outfits, all prepped and ready to go. But she was the younger sister of our Ramong queen, Nimue. And then when the kingdom of Holcane died out, she was voted for by the nobility to come in to start a new dynasty, since she was, a princess. She was born a princess. So then she started the Nalkosi dynasty. So this is her. She's got black hair, light skin, and purple eyes. And her theme is kind of purple, like black and purple. And you'll see that in her palace a lot more. Now, none of the males within the witch families were of age to be married off to her. So she had new blood brought in from outside the kingdoms. So this was one of your lovely creations. Now let's take a look at her groom. So this is going to be her king over here, King Augustus Nalkosi. But his original name is Augustus Orellana, and he was made by Kamal Sims 4. So thank you so much for this awesome submission. I was looking through a bunch of the witches that you guys created, and this witch, I really, really liked how different and cool he looked, and you know, he's evil and he looks flippin' evil with those terrifyingly sharp teeth and such. He definitely looks evil, but I think he was submitted with the title of potential spouse for Queen Lyra Nalkosi. So there we go. There we go. I obviously had to change his hairstyle and a few things because I didn't have the same packs as you. I hope that's okay, but he got a brief makeover, and I think originally he has black eyes, but because I'm using like the custom genes, I gave him green eyes, so I hope that's fine. But there we go. That is him, King Augustus Nalkosi. Let's take a look at his traits. Oh, just a reminder of the queen's traits. She's unflirty, adventurous, and a foodie. He is loyal, romantic, and evil. So yes, I am kind of afraid for the future of Nalkosi, because I mean, we're going to be wrapping things up and heading off after their marriage. But now Nalkosi has an evil king, guys. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Thankfully, he's not the High King. Lyra is the High Queen, so she's still, you know, the ruler. But he's evil, and before you guys start getting stressed over him potentially killing Lyra and taking over the throne, he is loyal, okay? He's loyal and romantic, so he's not gonna lie to his partner. He's not going to cheat on his partner. So he is going to be, I think, like, he's going to be by Lyra's side. What we have to be worried about is how he's going to influence Lyra. Because whatever he does, whatever he comes up with, his plotting, he's going to want to make sure that Lyra is on his side and they do it together. Maybe he's going to feed her this idea that they'll be stronger together. But okay, he's getting hungry, she's getting hungry. I might have to cheat their needs just so they can be functional. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just breaking a whole bunch of rules here, but that's fine. Okay, Lyra, let's get you to, okay, it's here. We're gonna throw a social event. Let's throw a social event, and we are gonna get a wedding going for these guys. So let's do that. I wonder who she's gonna invite to the wedding ceremony. Okay, we want a wedding. Does it have to be a gold event? What's going on? Why? What? You must be engaged. But we are neutral wedding? Maybe we have to go for like a neutral wedding. We are engaged. Jeez. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that's like different to this, but I mean, hey. We'll do a neutral wedding. So they are currently engaged, which is good. Now, I don't know if that, the mod we were using, like the marriage mod, if that works anymore. Because I tried to arrange a marriage of convenience between her and Augustus, and it just didn't work. So I had to go into cast and make him her fiance, which thankfully that's an option. But okay, guests. Let's have a look at the guests we want to invite. We'll probably have like a club gathering of some of the other Sims that don't get to make it. But we want to invite King Elrond, of course, King Luther Ciccar. So Elrond, Ramong, that's a brother-in-law. He was married to her sister, High Queen Nimue. King Luther Ciccar. He's a Ciccar now. He's the High King of Ciccar, but he was born in Holcane. And his family had a very tragic history. In fact, if we go to one of the rooms, we can take a look at his parents when they got married. And then his uncle and mother when they got married. Okay, and then we want Queen Zara, Minor King Lion. Lion is Luther's adoptive father. So we'll do that. And then Marquis, Prince Rune. Rune is Lyra's nephew. I'll invite Lady Helicent Naldigan. Lord Eldrick Naldigan. So Helicent and Eldrick are one of the nobles in Nalkosi. Okay, good. We want it at the palace. Nalkosi royal family, residence, yes. Okay, good, 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 good. Nope, what are you guys dressed in? No, 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 no. Get dressed in your formal wear, which we have made specifically for the wedding. Thank you, thank you. This will be a good chance for Augustus to kind of meet everyone as well. And did I put him into the... Is Lyra not in any clubs? You're kidding me. I mean, we have the court of Holcane, which should be the court of... Who's in the court of Holcane? Ah, these guys are here, but it should be the court of... not Holcane, should be Nalkosi. That's fine. I'll get them to join. I'll get them to join this. They also have to go and join. Oh, not this one. They have to go and join the royal... Oh, darn it. Really? It's full? They should be joining the Royal Witch Kingdoms. Oh, okay. There's like these 2 slots, but it's taken up by other people. Darn it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If you say so. Yep, okay, there is that. Can we change the name of this to Court of... Nope, we cannot. That is okay. Something for another day. We'll get Augustus to join that club, though. And I mean, we're not going to stick around anyways, but... Okay, now they have that. So we'll start that gathering. Good, good, good. And we'll have the guests, once they start arriving, they're going to head on down. Okay, the guests are coming on through. They're coming on inside to the throne room over here, because we do have a very own throne room. Okay, nice. Now, we are going to get everyone down here, because this is where we... Ooh, look at that. This is where we are going to have the wedding. Now, this particular room is something that I added from the gallery. Let me see if I can find it. So, here we go. The wedding room. It was made by Dano MR 1979 Sith. So, there we go. And I just changed the lighting to purple. We're going to come on down here together. Everyone is going to come on down here. Is he going down too? Yes. Okay, come on. Come on in. Are you moving? Are you grooving? He's saying hi to the prince? Well, that's good. But let's go on down to the wedding room so that we can commence the wedding. And hopefully the others, they follow. So I guess the queen only invited these close members to her wedding. So she invited the... Let's go ahead. Come on down here. Come on in here. So he invited, I mean she invited the nobles? Yeah, the nobles of Nalkosi. And then some of her family members. And then some of the friends that she has, like Helicent over here. Okay, so let's get this wedding ceremony underway. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to get married to King Augustus. His name has already been changed to Nalkosi because he's already taken on ceremonial responsibility in the kingdom. So I don't know if the nobles are aware of his evil nature. They're probably really happy that at least, you know, they have a king now. That means the future of the kingdom and the Nalkosi line, it's secure. Oh my goodness. Oh my, no. Peoples? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Don't get married. Don't get married just yet, please. Oh, no. Okay, everyone, flock away, please. Away. Away from the flippin' wedding arch. Please. Because we want to back up. Back up. You especially. Okay, good. Because I don't want you guys hogging the area over here. Like, I want to be able to see my Sims getting married. Okay, hold on. Let's come on down. And Lyra is going to get married to King Augustus. Here we go. Okay. I'm happy. Oh, there we go. I'm happy that at least she got to do this. Oh, that's adorable. Yes, why not? We'll end the ceremony. There we go. Oh, that's so sweet. That's nice. That's nice. Even though he's evil, at least we know he's gonna be loyal. And that's an interesting new trait that we got. I don't know which update it came in. I feel like I've been missing several. But, it was really, really cool to see that new trait. Erna, why do you look so sad? Oh, look at these guys. Verlaine is here as well. Oh, that's great. That's nice. Oh, that's so cute. Everyone's gonna wish them well. Eldric's over here. They're gonna meet the new king. And this is also a great time for him to mingle because he doesn't really know anyone. He doesn't really know anyone else. He hasn't even met the nobles. He was brought in specifically to get married to the queen. Or, you know, he was chosen from a bunch of people outside of the kingdom. A bunch of witches outside of the kingdom. So, okay, there we go. He has married in. Wonderful, wonderful. And how is her relationship with him? Let's take a look. Oh, his relationship with her. So they are friends. They don't really have any sort of romance going on, which is absolutely fine. That is okay. But everyone's coming in to wish them well. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. I mean, it is sad that we won't see her for the royal consummation. We won't see her having her children. But we do know at least that she will be able to continue her line now. That she is married to King Augustus. So she does have someone by her side. She won't be in this huge palace by herself, guys. There is someone there. There is going to be someone there with her. So I'm really happy that we got to do that. I really wanted her to have her wedding. I thought we couldn't possibly end the series without her having a wedding. So everyone's down there. Now, I thought it would be nice for us to take a moment to visit this particular area, the nursery, which is where her children are going to be raised. They're going to be born and raised here. And the images up here, the portraits, they kind of paint a picture of, you know, this kingdom's history. So it all started off with Queen Lyra on, not Lyra, what am I saying? Queen Leia on the left, High Queen Leia, and her husband, King Uther. And they together had 2 sons. So their first son is actually this red-skinned male, and he was married to the second princess of Ciccar. I think her name was Luna. And so there we go. She was a beauty that was kind of on everyone's lips and everyone's minds. Her name was kind of really known, really well known. So she was married to him. They were very much in love, and they had 1 son together. That son, of course, is Luther. Luther, who is hanging around down here somewhere. This guy over here. Also, do I not have headline effects on? Headline effects on. Oh, okay, there we go. Headline effects was gone somewhere. I don't know where. But Luther, right over there. So they had him, 1 son. But unfortunately, the day that he was born, his father Vex died as a result, I think, of poisoning. But he died. And then the kingdom went to, or, you know, his younger brother Edmund became the heir. So Edmund here, he was the second son of these 2. And so he became the heir. He was kind of raising Luther, and he also had a thing for his sister-in-law Luna. So this is Luna on the right, and when he came of age, I think he became a king as a teen, and then he married Luna, and so they had, you know, their wedding ceremony over here, and this is their wedding portrait, and then together they had one daughter. Unfortunately, Luna died during childbirth, but her daughter survived, and I think, was she sickly? I think she was sickly though. She survived and she was sickly, and then not long after that, unfortunately, Edmund, he got, like while visiting one of the new kingdoms, the Alchemist Kingdom, he was trying to save one of the other rulers in a freak fire that happened at their palace, and then he died, and when news got back of his death, a bunch of rebels executed his daughter, so the kingdom kind of fell, the dynasty was destroyed, and then the nobles of this kingdom, they thought about how they would like go forward, and they chose one of their neighboring kingdoms' princesses, Lyra, to come on in and start a new dynasty and become the High Queen, and so she took on the last name of Nalkosi, and this kingdom was renamed from Holcane to Nalkosi. So that's what has been going on. And then, so around the time when Edmund and Luna got married, around that time, or a little bit after that, maybe before she fell pregnant. I think it was before she fell pregnant, maybe after she fell pregnant, I'm not too sure. But Luther, so Vex and Luna's son, Luther, he was sent to Ciccar, or he was adopted by Luna's older sister, High Queen Faina of Ciccar, because Faina never had any children of her own, and she was Lion's wife, King Lion's wife. So they adopted Luther, and then Luther ended up becoming the High King of Ciccar. So yeah, it's a complicated family history, but I don't know why, I just felt like this was such a fitting place to end things. And I'm actually really happy for them. I'm really happy for everyone over here. But okay, that is done and well. Now I think we are going to... Should we end the wedding? I think we're going to end the wedding. Is this Minor King Lion? No, this is Dorian. Dorian is Lion's older brother. And I don't know if Lion is here or not. Is he? Yeah, Dorian is Lion's older brother. So this over here is King Lion Ciccar. So he is Luther's adoptive father. But I'm gonna put an end to the wedding because I want to head into Manage Worlds, and we want to take a look at all of the households, because I feel like that would be a great way to wrap up, for us to be able to see all the witches that are currently in our series before we end. And then also you guys can jump down in the comments and let me know who your favorite family is or who your favorite characters are. So let's go into Manage Households. Look at everyone. We had a few kids age up after the previous episode, and I did give them makeovers. I think those kids were... Oh, well, Valena had her baby. She had a baby boy. And then in the Naldogan family, their daughter, Kamari, aged up. And then in the Ciccar family, the triplets aged up into toddlers. So I gave them makeovers as well. But okay, how do you want to do this? I think we'll go in the order that we normally play the families in. So I'll do that. Okay, so we normally start off with the Ramong Kingdom. So we'll go to, or should I do all the royal families? No families. I think I'll go by kingdom. Okay, so the order that we play in, I will start off with the Ramong royal family. So let's head into Creator Sim and take a look at them. So we have over here we go. We have King Elrond Ramong, and he is just a king, not a minor king, not a high king. His wife, Nimue, was actually the ruler of Ramong, and he was just his spouse. So he is kind of being regent while his son is still young. I think the typical age for anyone, like an heir, to be able to take over is teenhood. So he's going to be regent until his and Nimwe's one and only son, High Prince Ramong, becomes a teenager. So hold on a second. Elrond over here, he's a loner, loves the outdoors, and is active. His one and only son, Rune, is an adventurous little boy. Adventurous little boy, Rune. So yeah, they had him, I think, very, very late. For a long time, we thought they weren't gonna have kids, but then they finally did. So that was really exciting for us. At least that kind of family lineage lives on. So there we go. That is our royal family of Ramong. And then we have the noble families. So we have the noble family of Rowan. So we'll dive in over here. The noble family of Rowan. So this is Ramong's first noble family. Every kingdom has 2. Okay, so we have over here Lady Archrose Rowan. Now she is not the head of the house. Her husband was the head of the house, but he passed away from old age, and right now she's kind of handling the affairs until, her one and only daughter that she had with Valar is of age. And once she's of age, then she'll be able to take over as the heiress. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, now there's some members of the household that aren't here because they would have passed away. I might remember some of them, but others I might not. So if you guys do and I've missed some information, jump down in the comments. Let everyone know what the heck's been going on, because we have a lot of history with these witches. So Lady Archrose Rowan right over here, she is a bookworm, a green fiend, and non-committal. And then we have her daughter, Miss Solstice Rowan, right over here. And she looks so cute, doesn't she? She looks adorable. And then they have a magic cat by the name of Wizard. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Solstice, she is active, but that aside, I'm pretty sure she had an older sister. She had an older sister, and then her sister died as a result of poisoning, and I don't know if we ever figured out who poisoned it, but the family thinks it's High Prince Rune Ramong. So Rune and Solstice started becoming friends, and the family got a bit iffy, and then suddenly the older sister died, and I feel like all the evidence kind of points to Rune, and I don't know if we ever concluded whether or not Rune did it, but I do remember everyone having quite a bit of debating going on in the comments about how Rune would be innocent, because I was saying, high probability of Rune actually being the one to poison her. So there we go, we've got a forbidden friendship going on over here, but now that she is actually the heiress, nothing can ever happen with them. So, we're ending the series now as well, but then we have a whole bunch of these stories that, you could let go in your mind as to what is going to happen, because there's quite a lot of drama between some of them. Like with Rune and Solstice, they were kind of childhood sweethearts, but then after the sister died, now that Solstice is heiress, they're never going to be together. They're going to end up marrying different people. So, okay, that is the drama of this family. And then our second noble family of Ramong is the Ramadust noble family. So, okay. Now, we have over here High Lady Meralda Ramadust. And Meralda here, she is the older sister of Archrose. Now, Meralda, she was born as a set of triplets, so Meralda's the oldest. Then we had Archrose and I think Daphne, if I'm not mistaken. Daphne got married off into the kingdom of Ciccar. But Meralda over here, she's gloomy, she's self-assured, and erratic. She married someone who was brought in as new blood, one of the Sims you guys created, Lord Arthur Ramadust, right over here. He is self-absorbed, romantic, and ambitious. Together they had 2 kids, so their heir, their oldest child, is Miss Briellen Ramadust over here. I don't think she's gotten betrothed or engaged to anyone, but she is gloomy and erratic like her mother, interestingly enough. So they've got a bit of crazy in them that's been slightly subdued. And then Meralda had a son with Arthur. So this is Master Alaric Ramadust. He's a genius. Thankfully he's normal. But he's someone who is going to be married out into another family once he gets a bit older. So that is this family, and interestingly enough, this family started off initially, in the very first season when they were introduced, as a very dramatic and scheming family. But they've ended up quite well balanced, I feel. All the craziness and the drama has kind of gone into the other two families that started off normal, and these guys are the more peaceful ones right now. Okay, now we can dive to the second kingdom, which is the kingdom of Ciccar. So let's find the royal family. So we have the royal family of Ciccar over here, which all started off blue-skinned, and they've become red-skinned now. But we have over here High King Luther Ciccar. His family history I already told you guys about, quite dramatic. But this is him. He is clumsy, a goofball, and cheerful. So he ended up... Hold on a second, before I get to him, I gotta talk about the others. So this is Minor King Luther Ciccar. We already know his history. He was born in the kingdom of Holcane, and then he, into one of the noble families, and then he married High Queen Faina, and then he was made, king. And then after his adopted son became the High King, he became the Minor King. So he is a bro, perfectionist, and good. His wife had a younger sister. So in the Ciccar royal family, I think there were 4 kids. Faina was the oldest, and then she had the younger sister, Princess Luna, whose history we know because she got married off into Holcane. And then they had a younger brother by the name of Elrond. He became the king of Ramong after marrying Princess Nimue, or Queen Nimue. And then they had their 4th sibling, Princess Padme, who has always stayed at the palace. She never married out. In my opinion, she's the most beautiful. But there we go, this is Princess Padme. She is an animal enthusiast, a genius, and creative. And now we can go back to King Luther. So, he is Luther's aunt. Okay. And then Luther's his adoptive father. But okay. Luther, he married Queen Samara Ciccar. So this is Queen Samara. She was born into a noble family in Holcane. I think there was one noble family that was kind of an outcast, and she was the youngest child. So she was one of 3 children. Her eldest brother ended up becoming Eldric ended up becoming the High Lord of the house, and then Samara's second sister, Veronica, was sent as a spy to one of the new alchemy kingdoms, and while she was snooping around, she died in a freak fire. And then Samara, she got chosen by Luther as, his bride and queen. And then they had a set of triplets, which is really nice because now Luther has a full family. But they've secured, their bloodline, so we know that the kingdom of Ciccar is going to be absolutely fine. But she had triplets. Her traits, did we go through them? She's unflirty, a loner, and lactose intolerant. She grew up very awkward. I'm just glad she found her place over here. So her children, we have High Prince Lucien Ciccar. So this cutie over here is going to be the future ruler. So he's, the heir. He's going to become ruler after his father. And then he has his younger brother, Prince Ren Ciccar. So he is probably going to be one of the kids that are married out to another family. And then we have the younger sister, Cove Ciccar, Princess Cove. Now, Cove and Ren are both... No, Cove and Lucien are both silly children, and then Ren is fussy. Now, because these kids have recently aged up, I want to quickly take a look at their genes. So, Luther over here, he has red skin, red hair, and pink eyes. And then Samara has brown hair, red skin, and dark blue eyes. Now, for their kids, the heir has inherited pink eyes and the brown hair. Ren has inherited blue eyes, the dark blue eyes, and brown hair. And then Princess Cove has inherited pink eyes and red hair. So there's like a good mix between the children. So that is the royal family of Ciccar. And then we have the noble family of Ciccar. So where is that? Right, so the noble family of Ciccar over here. We have Lady Daphne. So she is in the same situation as her sister Archrose. So before I mentioned that the Ramadist family had triplets, Meralda was the oldest, then Archrose, then Daphne. So Daphne's the youngest of the triplets. She got married off into the kingdom of Ciccar. So her husband was the High Lord. Now that he's passed on, she's managing things until their, I think, one and only daughter, they only had one, ages up into a teen, and then she can take over. So Daphne is an art lover, kleptomaniac, and mean. And then her daughter, Miss Serena Ciccar over here, she is a genius. So she is going to be taking on the mantle of leadership when she's a little bit older. She's going to be the head of her house. And hopefully she gets along well with the royal family of Ciccar. I don't know if any friendships really have developed with anyone in the royal families. The Ciccar family right now seems to be quite tight-knit with each other, but I don't know how they are with their nobles. And then we have the other noble family, the Siddeley family. So I think the Siddelys and Cicitors are good friends, so that's something. And this is the family we played in the last episode. So we have Lord Marquis Siddeley. He is in the same situation as the other one. His wife was High Lady. Now that she's passed on, he's taking care of things until his heiress, Miss Aurelia, becomes a teen. So he with his wife had twins. They had Miss Aurelia Siddeley over here, who's a genius. And then they had a Miss Yadira Siddeley, who is a glutton. Now Marquis, he is a family-oriented, loves the outdoors, and romantic. So that is them. And then we can dive onto the kingdom of Nalkosi. So we just had a wedding between Lyra and Augustus. So this is the third royal family. So we have Lyra in her everyday look. This is her, like without all that wedding makeup. So this is Lyra. And then we have King Augustus over here, Nalkosi. So there we go, King Augustus. Now, they just got married, but in the story, we can imagine them hopefully living happily ever after and having a ton of kids. But also, I can kind of see them maybe just having one child. I hope not, though. Lyra's getting up there in age. But he's not family-oriented, she isn't either, but he is romantic. So that might kind of help. Is Lyra unflirty? I think she is, so it might make things a bit difficult. But there we go. Now, the noble families, they have the Nalbot family. Oh my goodness, the Nalbots. So this is one of the noble families in Nalkosi. They are huge. They are always having children. Like, they are the one family, or this is like the one couple, Valena and Dorian, who have been always in love with each other and super tight-knit unit. They actually have had the best marriage out of all of our witch couples, and they just keep having kids. They just won't stop having kids. And now they've run out of room with the birth of their last baby, so they can't have any more kids. But honestly, guys, this family scares me. Like, whenever I have to play them, I get scared because of how many people there are in this family. So we have High Lord Dorian Nalbot. Now, Dorian's parents, his mother was always a bit mad, but his father was like really understanding and really nice. So he had a really good example from his parents about how a couple should work. And he has been nothing but understanding and absolutely lovely to his wife. And so they've always had a good reputation in the kingdom. And they've also just had really like harmonious time at home. There's never really been an issue with them. So he is a vegetarian, active, and an insider. his wife is Lady Valena Nalbot over here. Valena, was he in his everyday wear? I don't know. No, he wasn't. Okay, his wife is Lady Valena Nalbot. She is clumsy, creative, and self-assured. She was born in the kingdom of Ciccar, in the noble family of Ciccar. So she's the sister-in-law of Lady Daphne. So she was the younger sister of Daphne's husband, whose name was it Diamond? I think? High Lord Diamond? And she got married off to the noble family of, at the time, Holbot. Everything started with a H back then, when it was still Holcane. So there we go. And then she had a ton of kids with him. So their firstborn was Master Emmerich Nalbot, and he's the heir. So this is him, Emmerich Nalbot. And then they had Master Soren Nalbot. So this is Soren over here. Oh wait, hold on. Did I go through Emmerich's traits? He's a loner, animal enthusiast, and lazy. Not the best traits to have for an heir, and I hope he doesn't kind of bring his family's name down. So we have his younger brother, Soren Nalbot, who is a loner and lazy, just like his older brother. So, you know, they don't really have good examples here. And then, I don't know the particular order of children after this. This is when I started losing track. But we have... Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I think we have Marina. So this is Miss Marina Nalbot, the youngest sister. I think she's thirdborn. She is hot-headed. And she probably got that from her Uncle Diamond, in all honesty. And then we have, I'm pretty sure, her younger brother, Harold Nalbot, over here. He's got kind of something good going on. He's outgoing. And then they have Miss Honora Nalbot over here. She's lazy. I swear, this generation of children in the Nalbot family, they might just destroy the family's reputation. Like, they don't want to work hard at all. And then, more recently, Valena had a baby boy whose name, I think, is going to be Finnick Nalbot. Master Finnick, when he becomes of age. So that is this huge family. So obviously Emmerich is going to become the next High Lord, and then he's got like 5 siblings that he can marry off. So his parents have actually set him up really well, because he's got 5 opportunities to make political alliances or marriage alliances with a bunch of other families. So that is these guys. And then we have the final noble family of Nalkosi, and they are kind of like the outcast family. We've got the Naldogan noble family. So these are the Naldogans. So High Lord Eldric Naldogan, he is the High Lord, and he is also the Sim, like in his family, he was the firstborn. And then remember I spoke about, who was it? I spoke about someone having, was it Samara? Oh, that's right. So his Samara's older brother, Queen Samara's older brother. So it was him, and then he had Veronica, his younger sister, and then Samara was younger than Veronica. So there we go. He's an absolute ass, just to let you guys know. He's a slob, active, and music lover. He was married to Lady Helicent Naldogan. Now, Helicent was the younger sister of High Lady Calypso, of the Siddeley family. So she was born as the second-born child in the noble family of Siddeley in Ciccar. And she got married off to, at the time, I think, the Holdegans. She really didn't want to be, but she got married off to the Holdegans. And her traits, she's a glutton, hates children, and lazy. So it's a wonder that she had 2 kids. The first one she didn't want to have, but she was kind of coerced into it by Eldric. The second one she wanted to have, and I think it's because she was freaking out that Eldric is going to die soon, to pass away soon, and then, like, who is she going to have to look after her in her old age? And once her daughter becomes the High Lady, like, she's gonna have to still do all of the caretaking of the house. And, you know, she doesn't like doing all those kind of things. She's always left it to other people. So she literally had another daughter just so that this daughter could be like the housemaid. So yeah, so this is a little bit messed up. But that is Hellicent Naldogan. So their firstborn was Miss Becerra Holdigan. She is the heiress of the family. And then she has a younger sister who was recently born, Miss Kamari Naldogan. And Kamari over here has her father's like grayish skin, gray, like pale gray skin, blue gray skin, and mother's orange hair, and I think the mother's orange eyes. She got the orange eyes from Hellicent. So she's super cute, and she's a charmer. So there we go. What's Becerra's trait? She is a child of the islands, apparently. That's fine and well. Okay, and now we can head off to the final kingdom that was newly introduced, the kingdom of Eodja. So we have over here the royal family of Eodja. So this final kingdom is the kingdom that makes potions. So they have High King Owain Eodja. He is jealous, childish, and ambitious. We have his wife, Queen Zara Eodja. Hold on a second. Zara Eodja. She is high maintenance, perfectionist, and creative. And then together they had just one daughter. So they only have one child and heir. High Princess Cersei Eodja. So this is her right over here. They have slightly different ears to the other kingdoms, you'll notice. The other kingdoms, their ears kind of stick out to the side. And I mean, our genes have changed quite a bit since we started early on. But yeah, they have kind of more like, I think, bat ears. They have more bat ears than anything. But her ears, they might grow to be more like her parents when she's a bit older. But there we go. That's Princess Cersei. And because this family's hair genes are a bit unique, the children, they have kind of transitioning hair. So she's got kind of brown roots and pink on the edges, but she's inherited her mother's pink hair. So when she's of age, her hair is like completely going to turn into that pinkish purple color when she becomes a teenager, I think. So she's an art lover. Seems as though the future of Eodja is in good hands, thankfully. And then we have the noble families. So the first noble family of Eodja is the Eodvel noble family. So let's take a look at them. Now, these families, they're quite small compared to some of the other ones we have. So High Lord Kyle Eodvel is the head of the house over here. He is a perfectionist, romantic, and proper. He is married to Lady Ismira Eodvel, who is a perfectionist, ambitious, and self-assured. They are a bit more humble than the other noble family, and they've been trying, you know, to build their reputation and make alliances, trade alliances with some of the other noble houses, and make their mark in the kingdom, or find a place for themselves in the royal witch kingdoms, because their kingdom has been newly established and has just recently joined the alliance. Now, after the freak fires that happened, where, you know, the entire Holcane noble family was wiped out, and then some other freak fires that resulted in the deaths of, you know, a noble female, Veronica, the reputation of Eodja really went down the gutter. And so Ismira and her husband had a hard time trying to convince people that they weren't evil and they weren't out to poison or kill the other witches with their potions. They finally managed to get some stuff done, so that's good. But they've had one daughter, so this is their heiress, Miss Belinda Eodvel, who is like super cute. Just look at her. She's adorable. So she is a fussy child. Hopefully her parents can provide her with everything she needs, so that she doesn't feel looked down upon. But I don't know, she might grow up into, like, to be a little entitled baby. She just might. Hopefully it's not misplaced. And then the final noble family in Eodja is the noble family of Eodmoon. So they have kind of a bit of a complicated family history as well. So, okay, we have Lady Arwen Eodmun over here, who is high maintenance, self-absorbed, and a music lover. Now, Arwen, she was, like, nobody here is currently the head of the house. She and her husband are managing this house after the death of her first husband, who was actually the High Lord. I think it was High Lord Emery Eodmun. And so he died in a freak fire because their house was cursed and just kept bursting up into flames, and he died in one of those fires. So, unfortunately, like, I think at the time, like, they got married and then she conceived. And while she was expectant, or I think before she got her notification that, you know, like, before she found out that she was pregnant, the husband died in a freak fire. And then she found out that she was expectant. So that was quite dramatic. But they had Lady Mirabelle Eodmun. Actually, their daughter is considered a lady, like a high lady of the house. But actually, the parents, like Arwen, is kind of managing the house until Mirabelle becomes a teenager. But the reason why they didn't wait for Mirabelle to become a teenager and named her High Lady was because very soon after Mirabelle was born, this guy found his way into Arwen's life, Lord Darius Eodmun. He tracked her down, and he convinced her that she needed his protection, and he married her. So he is her second husband. He's romantic, vegetarian, and erratic. Now, Darius and Arwen have known each other since childhood. They grew up in this community of tight-knit witches called the Zabrastra, which is a pure-blood variant of pale witches. So the Zabrastra, it means pale witch in the witch language. And they belong to that same community, and in this community everyone is kind of obsessed with breeding a certain type of appearance, like the same appearance. So this really like grayish pale skin, or this bluish gray skin, the silver, like the gray hair, and then the pink eyes. Are obsessed with breeding sims that, or like people that look the same. And so you're supposed to marry within the community, and Arwen, she was always pursued by Darius, but then she ended up marrying outside the community because Emery was like really, Emery was really rich. So his family, the Eodmuns, they're very wealthy, very different to the Eodvels. These guys are super privileged. They're probably richer than like all the royal families across the kingdoms. So he was kind of like a merchant prince, I suppose, Emery. So anyways, Darius found out that Arwen was pregnant and that she was by herself and nobody was managing the household, and Arwen never ever did anything. She kind of let Emery take care of the business, but then also take care of the house, and she was in over her head. So Darius convinced her that she needed him, and he got married to her. And then she gave birth to Mirabelle, who, you know, is Emery's daughter. So Darius, he has taken a liking to Mirabelle, so he's kind of raising Mirabelle as his daughter. But also, more important than that, he's obsessed with having children with Arwen so that they can continue this pure blood pale witch Zabrastra line. But Arwen is just not conceiving, unfortunately. All their attempts have kind of failed after Mirabelle to have any more kids, and in the last episode that we had, he even fed her like a potion of good fortune so that she would be more susceptible, but she hasn't shown any symptoms or anything like that. So I don't know, guys, and the potion did backfire actually, so she might not be pregnant, unfortunately. But okay, those are all of the noble families that we have in the series, and those are all the characters. Why don't you guys let me know who your favorite family is, or who your favorite characters are? If I had to choose, I mean, I feel as though I'm really enjoying the Nalkosi family. I mean, we just played them, but I don't know what it is. I love the aesthetic of the Nalkosi family. I'm actually really excited for them. Maybe that's it. And I'm super hyped for like their future and what's gonna happen with them. Like just the potential for their future, I think is really, really cool. But I think my all-time favorite right now, the one that I'm absolutely in love with, would have to be the Ciccar royal family. I just love the members of the family, like everyone in here. I love Lion, I love Padme, love Luther. Samara, I was iffy about, but you know, how she's been with Luther and how she has just managed to adjust to the family and then have triplets has made me fall in love with her as well. And then I love the triplets they have. I'm just so thrilled that red skin got passed on. Obviously because both parents had red skin. But I just love the fact that Luther finally has his big family. And to be honest, I think the fact that Luther has had such a tragic kind of life and everything he went through, it gives me peace to know that he finally has what he's always been looking for. And I don't know, guys, but I feel like, you know, sometimes you have, like, in the episodes that we've played, in all the time that we spend with these guys, there's certain characters that stick out, and then you kind of have, like, a main story, and then you have other stories happening as well. I feel like, for me, Luther's story, like, his family story, was the main story for me. I feel like. Starting from the Holcanes, like, his father, and then, his uncle, or, you know, him moving to the Ciccar kingdom, and now this. I feel like he has always been, for me, the main story. And everything else has been revolving around his family story. So why don't you guys let me know, actually, along with your favorite family and your favorite witch, who your favorite, who you guys think, like, what was your main story? Which family do you think was your main story? Because there was a bunch happening. There was a bunch happening all the time. So there we go. And then also, I would actually love to know, now that we've gone through all of the family members, you know, just for fun, like, which kids do you guys ship? Now, you have to remember that when we were playing this, the firstborns never married one another, but the firstborns were always paired up with one of the other spare children from the noble families. So given all the kids we just went through, who do you guys ship? And then we can use our imaginations and project into the future, them potentially ending up together. I feel like that would be exciting. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for the support you guys have given the 2 seasons of Royal Witch Kingdoms in the time that, you know, it has been on the channel. I really appreciate it. But I hope you guys are okay with us ending the way we are, and you guys are on board for any future adventures that we have. I'm sure I'll come up with something. I'll come up with something exciting. But then we also have, you know, Vampire Amazon, which I've never gotten bored of. So there is that. That will always be a constant until we reach Generation 10. And then I'll have to think of something else. But okay, guys, I'm going to leave off. Again, thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.